Good morning, my friends. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to prep up some of our lunch. So we're having on the menu today cubed pork tenderloin, old school scalloped potatoes, and a vegetable, maybe corn. Haven't had corn for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some old school scalloped potatoes. You have all the ingredients probably in your fridge and pantry right now. You don't need to buy a box. It's just as easy to make them from scratch. So let's begin. All right, friends, we're gonna make the cheese sauce. Oh my heavens, my dogs are acting up. They love cheese, so hopefully we can get through this without them carrying on. So I'm going to do this in a skillet. We're gonna make our cheese sauce. I'm gonna do this here so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. You can make it in a saucepan. So I have 2 tablespoons of butter melted here. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of flour. They hear a cheese wrapper, man, them dogs can come from 3 miles away. All right, so we're just gonna cook this flour for a few minutes. We don't really want it to get brown, but we do wanna cook the flour out. Now this is something that I grew up, my mom making. It was just a few ingredients, it was nothing fancy. Now, at any time you can add more cheese, you can add more spices, whatever you wanna do, but I just wanna show you a quick old school version that I grew up on that just take a few ingredients, okay? Here we go, our flour's starting to look good. This is gonna thicken our cheese sauce. Now Mom growing up didn't put a lot of spices in her scalloped potatoes. They were delicious, it was one of my favorite things. Sometimes she would add cream of mushroom soup if it was a special occasion. Okay, so I'm going to start adding in the milk. 1 cup. 1 cup of, I always use 2% milk. That's what I keep. So we're going to stir this. Just want to make sure we don't have any lumps in there. We're looking good. Now I have, these are Velveeta shreds. This is what they're called that I have here. I have a 1/2 cup. I love Velveeta cheese. It's one of my favorite. So you can shred your cheese whatever you want. This is what I had in the fridge. So we're gonna add this in. This is our Velveeta. Not a lot of ingredients, see? Okay, so I'm gonna turn at this point, I'm just going to turn my heat way down because all I need to do now at this point is just melt that cheese. See how quickly this comes together? You don't need to buy the box. You can make it at home. Now, my mom always added 1 slice of cheese. She said it just made the cheese melt better. So that's what I'm going to do. This is also a Velveeta cheese slice. So I'm going to add in 1 cheese slice. Okay. Go. We're going to get that all melted. And there is your cheese sauce. Now, I'm going to add a little salt. I'm going to add a little pepper to this. Okay. See how quickly that came together? I've been with you like 3 minutes. I'm just going to give it a quick taste because, listen, as a cook, you should always taste your food. That Velveeta makes it so creamy. Okay, that's it. We're going to leave that. We're going to let that cool for a few minutes while we slice up the potatoes. Okay, we're shredding our potatoes. I have 2, I would say large, medium, bigger than medium. Potatoes, and I'm cutting them in my slicer, and if you don't have a slicer, that's okay. It's not a big issue. Just slice them as thinly as you would like them. You don't want them too thin, they'll cook away. You don't want them too thick, or they will not cook for you. So this is it. I'm just gonna put this in here. This kind of got a weird shaped potato here, so it's having a little trouble getting sliced. Go. All right. So So it's just broccoli and I. So these are all the potatoes I'm going to make. Move this slicer out of the way. So here we go. Here's our potatoes. This made 2 potatoes. What I'm gonna do, I think to be the easiest to coat all these potatoes, is I'm just gonna put it right in with that cheese sauce. Okay. And here I have my little 2-quart baking dish. I'm gonna heat my oven to 350 degrees and I'm gonna cover the pan. So we're just gonna stir these potatoes in that cheese sauce. Now at this point, if you want to make it fancy, like my mom did sometimes at the holidays, she would add cream of mushroom soup, which is absolutely delicious. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it old school. Now technically, you could layer the potatoes, pour the sauce. But listen, y'all, I'm getting ready for work. We're just going to do the quick method here. It's all going to bake in the oven. It's going to be fine. It don't look real pretty right now. But listen, when you go to eat it, it'll be delicious. Okay, so I'm just going to take this. I'm gonna hit this with some nonstick spray. Okay. I'm just gonna pour my potatoes right in. Go. I'm gonna get all that cheese sauce. Go. Spread it out in your pan. Go. Isn't she lovely? Okay. I am going to add a little bit more pepper. Going to add a little bit more salt since we added the potatoes. And then I'll leave it and everybody can adjust their seasoning as needed. That's it, you guys. Old school scalloped potatoes. I love to peel all my potatoes because I like it. You don't have to do that. You can peel them. You could definitely add more cheese, but you know, I'm trying to keep it on the down low. So trying to do a little bit healthier. I think half a cup of cheese and that cheese slice was absolutely perfect. Here we go. Old school scalloped potatoes. Like I said, I'm going to cover it with foil. 350 degree oven. I'm gonna go ahead and bake it now. So when we come home from work, all we have to do is heat it up. So I'll be back to show you the end results. All right, friends, we're back. The scalloped potatoes are done. About 50 minutes in my toaster oven. Times vary, so just check yours. You want your potatoes to be tender. Like I said, I covered these with foil in the last few minutes. I took the foil off so they could get brown. Let them set for a few minutes so they're not real hot right now. There we go. Look at those. Like I said, this is just my mom's old school scalloped potatoes. You can embellish, you can add whatever you want, but this is the basic recipe. Use whatever kind of cheese you want. You don't have to use the same cheese as me. I use that Velveeta. Use whatever you want, but this is the basic recipe to start with. I just wanted to show you how quick and how easy these were, that you don't have to go out and get a box. You can make all this stuff from just like a few ingredients from your pantry and fridge, and they're delicious, and you know what's in them. So for those of you who care, this is 6 servings, and that would be all 5 Weight Watcher points, okay? So you know I'm gonna give this a try. Okay. Excited. I love this is one of my favorite things my mom fixed. So good. Makes me so happy. This right here is my childhood in a pan. Mom's old school scalloped potatoes. I hope you give it a try. And once again, thanks for visiting me in Chris's Country Kitchen. If you're not a friend, subscribe. Hang out with the rest of us in my kitchen. Hope you have a blessed day, friends. Bye.